Xbox Game Pass in 2025 is really shaping up to be one of the most exciting years yet for open world game fans. With stunning RPGs, immersive survival games, and some seriously creative indie gems, the worlds we're about to explore will really blow your mind. Whether you're slinging magic, taming dinosaurs, or diving into alien oceans, there's really something for every kind of gamer in this list. My name's Fletcher, and this is Xbox Nation, and today we're breaking down the top 15 huge new open world games coming to Xbox Game Pass in 2025. Remember, don't forget to subscribe for daily Xbox content, and without further ado, let's get right into it. Eternal Strands is redefining what it means to interact with your environment in an open world game. It's set in a post-apocalyptic world that feels equal parts magic and mechanical, and the game really places heavy emphasis on using the landscape as your most valuable tool. So imagine wielding elemental powers like fire, ice, and earth, and using them to reshape your surroundings. So if you need such thing as a tactical advantage, you can collapse a cliff onto enemies or just freeze a raging river to create a bridge. The combat here really does focus on creativity and flexibility, really rewarding players for thinking outside the box. Whether you're defending yourself by building a moat of flames or just setting traps with frozen debris, every single battle feels fresh and strategic. Plus, the expansive world itself is brimming with challenges, puzzles, and lore that really encourage your exploration. Eternal Strands is set to deliver sandbox action gameplay that's as rewarding as it is innovative. As a Game Pass Day 1 title, this is one to watch closely for fans of emergent, player-driven combat. Now, set in the atmospheric and tension-filled world of occupied France during World War II, Sniper Elite Resistance combines the series' trademark long-range sniping mechanics with expanded stealth options and dynamic mission design. You will play as an elite sniper joining forces with the French resistance to ultimately sabotage Nazi plans and cripple their hold over the region. One of the most exciting new additions to this game is the revamped stealth system, being able to crawl through overgrown fields, use environmental distractions like broken bottles or fallen debris, and making every single shot count really makes it an exhilarating experience. Resistance missions also range from sabotaging supply convoys to eliminating key Nazi targets, and the game really forces you to consider elements like bullet drop, wind direction, and environmental noise. The all-new Resistance mode as well really changes the game in its entirety. Dynamic objectives and shifting enemy patrols adapt to your actions, making every mission just unpredictable. Combined with beautifully rendered war-torn French landscapes, Sniper Elite Resistance offers some of the most tense and strategic gameplay of any World War II shooter. It will be arriving on the 30th of January 2025, and it will be Day 1 on Game Pass, so get ready for some truly pulse-pounding moments. Avowed is Obsidian Entertainment's bold return to high fantasy RPGs, and this one's built for fans of deep lore and meaningful choices. It is set in the beloved Pillars of Eternity universe, and Avowed brings a first-person perspective that immerses players directly into its dark, intricate world. You will be able to play as a fully customizable protagonist armed with swords, firearms, and a range of devastating elemental magic. You can picture yourself dual-wielding a sword in one hand while flinging a fire spell with another. Combat here is very fast, fluid, and just wildly flexible. The world itself as well is a mix of sprawling forests, crumbling ruins, and eerie crypts, all packed with secrets, puzzles, and morally ambiguous decisions that really affect your story. What's at stake here though? Well, a mysterious illness is spreading across the land, and your choices will determine how alliances form, enemies retaliate, and the world evolves. Known for their masterful storytelling, Obsidian promises a deeply personal RPG experience that rivals any classic in this genre. While it not be Skyrim-sized, Avowed's density and attention to detail are what make this one of 2025's most anticipated open world adventures. Set in the eerily tranquil British countryside, Atomfall is a survival action game that blends Cold War paranoia with folk horror to really create a hauntingly unique experience. This is developed by Rebellion, the team behind Sniper Elite and Zombie Army, and this game takes inspiration from a real-life nuclear disaster in 1957. The fictional narrative unfolds 5 years after the event as players explore a quarantine zone filled with ghost towns, abandoned pubs, and unsettling remnants of post-war Britain. But this game isn't just about survival. Atomfall actually introduces psychological horror elements and strange folk-inspired threats that really do blur the line between reality and myth. Your objective here though, well, is to uncover the dark secrets behind the disaster while scavenging for resources, crafting tools, and managing your survival against both the natural and supernatural dangers. The combination of Cold War tension, rural British settings, and folk-inspired horror really gives Atomfall an atmospheric edge that survival fans will really love. definitely keep an eye out for it when it arrives on Game Pass in March of 2025. The Fable series, once synonymous with humor, magic, and whimsical storytelling, is finally making its brand new return. Developed by Playground Games, the masterminds behind Forza Horizon, this reboot promises a fresh take on Albion's rich fantasy world, while still staying true to the franchise's roots. In Fable, you'll once again experience a world where every choice matters, from your hero's appearance to the way NPCs react to your actions. Early footage we've seen so far teases Albion's lush landscapes brought to life with just jaw-dropping visuals and dynamic interactions. Whether you're kicking chickens, trading quips with sarcastic townsfolk, or facing mythical beasts, Fable will deliver that charming balance of adventure and humor that fans have been craving for. Character customization, morality-based decisions, and plenty of offbeat humor remain core elements, while ensuring the reboot feels the celebration of everything we loved about the original trilogy. With modern mechanics and Playground Games' attention to detail, Fable has the potential to redefine fantasy RPGs for the next generation. Developed by Annapurna Interactive, Wheel-World stands out as a bold and stylish indie gem with a concept that's as unique as it is beautiful. It's set in the bustling streets of Free Hub City, and you'll play as a young rider on a mission to revive the last of the ghost bikes. Essentially, these are magical couriers who once travelled between the living and the dead. The semi-open world of Wheel-World is filled with vibrant urban landscapes and atmospheric backdrops, but it's the mechanics that really set this game apart. You'll be repairing and maintaining your trusty bike, keeping it alive as you challenge ghosts to races and contests of speed and skill. Winning these challenges restores the ghost bike's lost power, bringing you one step closer to the afterworld. What really makes Wheel-World just so intriguing though is this mix of exploration, resource management, and fluid racing gameplay, and it's all wrapped up in a visually stunning, almost dreamlike art style. Annapurna really is known for crafting emotional and thoughtful narratives, and this game looks to be just no different. If you're into surreal adventures and slick dynamic mechanics, keep an eye on Wheel-World when it rides onto Game Pass in 2025. The Alters take psychological survival gaming to a whole new level, combining sci-fi exploration with a very deep dive into human identity. Stranded on an alien planet, you will play as a desperate survivor who discovers a bizarre technology, and this lets you create alters, which are essentially alternate versions of yourself based on different life choices. Each of your alters has unique skills that can help you survive the harsh alien environment, from engineering and science to combat and resource gathering. But there is a catch with this mechanic. Relying too much on these alternative selves can create a psychological strain, forcing you to question your identity and the consequence of your paths that you didn't take. The alien planet itself is a ton of character, with hostile wildlife, extreme weather, and mysteries waiting to be unraveled. As you explore, craft, and manage your survival, you'll also face existential challenges that really blur the line between physical and mental survival. The Alters is honestly shaping up to be a deeply emotional and thought-provoking experience, and it's one of the most unique survival games coming to Game Pass next year. Now, before we dive into the remaining games, we have an absolutely insane sale that we need to make you aware of. We have mentioned G2A on the channel before due to their insane savings, and with it being the run up to Christmas, we had to shout out about this brand new sale. G2A are currently offering a huge sale which runs from the 6th of December until the 2nd of January, across everything from games, DLCs, gift cards, game subscriptions like Xbox Game Pass, and just so much more. A couple of huge savings that I want to personally point out, as I've taken advantage of these myself, is for Elden Ring, which is just £17.42, and Warhammer 40k Space Marine 2 at just 30 quid. These savings honestly blew my mind, and they are definitely worth checking out if you haven't done so already. If you're unaware of G2A, they are essentially a global marketplace dedicated to digital products across all platforms, and they have now sold over 105 million products since their inception. They are incredibly safe, and sellers of all keys sold to you go through a rigorous verification process to ensure every bit of safety. For me personally, I've actually been using G2A myself for years at this point, ever since the mid Xbox One era, and honestly, I've had such a fantastic experience every single time, and that's why I cannot recommend their sales enough, and why I have to have them sponsoring this video. G2A to me really is the gateway to adventure. Again, I will leave the link below, as the sale they are currently hosting is absolutely incredible, and I cannot recommend them enough. Thank you again to G2A for sponsoring this video, and with that, let's jump back into the remaining games. From Compulsion Games comes South of Midnight, an atmospheric action-adventure game that really dives deep into southern gothic folklore and magical realism. Set in a beautifully eerie world, you'll play as a young woman called Hazel, who has the ability to use weaving magic, which is a skill that allows her to restore broken bonds and repair creatures corrupted by the darkness. The game's rich narrative follows Hazel as she untangles the webs of her family's mysterious past while confronting monstrous creatures inspired by southern legends. Gameplay here here, from what we've seen so far, focuses on exploration, puzzle solving and combat, with Hazel's weaving abilities serving as a unique mechanic, and this lets you interact with the environment and subdue some dangerous foes. One of the standout features though of this game is its stop motion inspired art style, which really gives the world a distinct but slightly unsettling feeling. Combine that with dark folklore, powerful storytelling and a hauntingly beautiful soundtrack, and South of Midnight looks to be a game that sticks with you long after you've played it. This Xbox first party title arrives day one onto Xbox Game Pass in 2025, and for one, I cannot wait to see what secrets this world really holds. Obsidian Entertainment is back with The Outer Worlds 2, the sequel to the critically acclaimed spacefaring RPG. If you love the first game's chaotic blend of corporate satire, quirky characters and open-ended exploration, then get ready because the sequel takes everything up to a new notch. This time, players venture into a brand new star system filled with diverse biomes, including underwater laboratories, floating islands tethered by ancient alien tech, and desolate wastelands brimming with danger. Exploration feels more dynamic and rewarding this time round, with secrets to uncover and factions vying for control of the system. They've also mentioned that combat has been revamped this time with customizable weapons and gear, and mods not only enhance stats, but change visuals and animations as well. You can really fine-tune your character's fighting style, and it looks exceptional. The humor and sharp dialogue that defined the first game are still here though, but expect even bigger consequences for your choices as you navigate rival corporations, alien threats, and your own chaotic actions. If you're craving a sci-fi RPG with personality and polish, The Outer Worlds 2 will be a must-play in 2025. The long-awaited sequel to Hollow Knight is actually coming day one onto Xbox Game Pass, and to be honest, fans and myself couldn't be more excited. In Silksong, you will play as Hornet, a warrior princess with speed, agility, and a deadly arsenal of combat abilities. As to be expected, the game's open world is massive, a sprawling interconnected map filled with deadly enemies, intricate platforming challenges, and dark hidden secrets. Hornet's movement is more fluid compared to the original protagonist, really allowing for faster traversal and acrobatic combat. Of course, you'll be exploring beautiful yet dangerous environments like ruined cities, tangled forests, and molten caverns, all rendered in the game's signature hand-drawn art style. Silksong also introduces brand new mechanics like crafting tools, traps, and healing items from resources you gather during your journey. Add in a haunting soundtrack and expanded lore, and you've got a Metroidvania experience that will captivate fans new and old. After years of anticipation, Hollow Knight Silksong is finally ready to challenge and amaze us when it hits Xbox Game Pass in 2025. Survival gaming gets bigger and a lot more prehistoric in Ark 2. This sequel takes the dinosaur taming, base building gameplay of the first game and supercharges it with stunning next-gen visuals, deeper survival mechanics, and even Vin Diesel himself. You'll be stepping into the mysterious prehistoric world where futuristic technology and primal instincts really do collide. Alongside Vin Diesel's character, Santiago, you'll be battling rival tribes, taming dinosaurs, and uncovering secrets about the strange world's origins. The developers have made us aware that combat is getting a major overhaul with more visceral and tactical melee systems that allow for combos, counters, and dynamic weapon crafting. Survival mechanics are also being expanded from the first game with harsher weather conditions, improved AI for wildlife, and a focus on cooperative play. Whether you're building a dino riding tribe with your friends, or if you just want to explore it alone, Ark 2 promises epic story-driven survival action like we've never seen before. Now, this next game is one of my most anticipated for 2025. In Clair Obscur Expedition 33, players are thrown into a surreal and haunting world where art holds a terrifying power. You will embark on an expedition to track down a mysterious painter whose creations erase entire generations from his history. The game blends turn-based combat with real-time elements like quick-time events for parries and counters, or keeping battles strategic but intense. The game is actually powered by Unreal Engine 5, and Expedition 33 delivers jaw-dropping visuals with surrealist landscapes that feel both dreamlike and disturbing. The story here also dives into themes of identity, memory, and legacy, with puzzle solving and exploration driving this narrative forward. Rumors actually do suggest a notable Hollywood actor, which may play a key role in this experience, really do adding further intrigue into what we can experience next year. If you love RPGs that combine psychological horror, mystery, and art-inspired worlds, Clair Obscur will be an unforgettable experience in 2025. Descenders next takes the extreme sports to a whole new level, expanding the downhill biking thrills of the original game into a fully fledged open world boarding platform. This time, it's not just about bikes though. You'll actually be conquering snowboarding and mountain boarding, each offering completely unique mechanics and physics. snowboarding lets you carve through powdery peaks, pulling off tricks and tackling dynamic slopes, whilst mountain boarding brings grit, adrenaline and chaos as you race through rugged hills and muddy trails. The game does promise expansive environments filled with challenges, secret routes and opportunities to really test your skills. The developers No More Robots have also teased ongoing updates, with brand new sports being added for free straight after launch. That can mean we could see skateboarding, skiing or other extreme thrills on the horizon. If you love competitive, addictive feel of Riders Republic but want a fresh indie twist, then Descenders Next is a title to watch when it arrives on Game Pass in 2025. The Alien Oceans are calling for us once again in Subnautica 2, but this time you won't have to face the depths alone. This sequel builds on the original's breathtaking underwater survival gameplay by introducing co-op multiplayer, finally letting you and your friends explore a mysterious alien sea together. You can expect even more biomes to discover, from vibrant coral reefs to pitch black trenches hiding terrifying leviathans that will make you question every single dive. Improved building mechanics allow for larger, more customizable water bases, offering safe havens as you craft, explore and uncover the mysteries hidden beneath these waves. But exploration in this game isn't without its dangers. There'll be new creatures roaming these waters, some curious and others aggressively territorial. Whether you're working together to pilot submarines or just splitting up to gather resources, Subnautica 2 promises an immersive and collaborative survival experience. It will be launching onto Xbox Game Pass into Xbox Game Preview in 2025, and this is one adventure you'll want to dive into. Then finally, set in a dark and mythical version of ancient China, Wuchang Fallen Feathers is a gritty action RPG that combines rich folklore with intense Souls-like combats. You will play as a warrior afflicted by a mysterious illness that actually mutates humans into monstrous bird-like creatures. As we explore different plagued villages, haunted forests and crumbling temples, you'll unravel the origins of the curse while battling grotesque foes using a mix of melee weapons, magic and ranged attacks. Every single enemy encounter demands your precision, strategy and adaptability, with boss fights serving as a grueling test of reflexes and timing. The game's eerie, atmospheric environments are steeped in Eastern mythology, creating an immersive world that feels both beautiful and haunting. With its dark fantasy setting, challenging combat and deep narrative, Wuchang Fallen Feathers is shaping up to be a standout addition to the dark RPG genre, and it hits Game Pass day one in 2025. So there you have it, 15 absolutely massive open world games coming to Xbox Game Pass in 2025. This lineup at the moment is nothing short of incredible, and there's truly something for everyone in this list. Which of these games are you most excited to play? Drop your favourites in a comment below, and while down there, smash that like button and subscribe for more Xbox content every single day. A big shout out to our channel members, thank you again for your continued support, and if you would like a member, just hit the join button down below. Whilst here, why don't you check out our most recent video as I covered the 40 must-have games in the Xbox Countdown sale, which is absolutely incredible at this time of year.